This is gonna be hard. This is gonna be hard talking to for a while. It's impossible to talk. I don't like talking to machines. I wish there was someone there. Even though I play the scenario out through my head, I feel ridiculous doing it now. Just all of a sudden, all the flood of emotions I had are gone. I mean, they're still there, but they're subsiding. I'm depressed. I think about suicide. And I've been like that for a couple of years. You know, thoughts come in and out. Sometimes it's real bad, sometimes it's bad, sometimes it's okay, sometimes it's just not even there. That's just how it works. And I don't have depression. I just get, I'm just depressed. I have trouble really believing other people care about me. And why should they? I'm not that good of a person. Maybe I could be better, but I don't know how to change myself. I don't know how to do better. A lot of it is, just loneliness. I'm lonely. I miss, my family's always there, but are they always there? My sister just moved back in town with, her husband and her kids. And they're moving on with their life, but I'm still here, and they're gone. Even if they're here, they're still as gone as if they were gone. I miss my sister Veronica. And family can't be everything. I gotta move on with my own life, but I don't have friends. I don't have relationships. It's hard and I can't do them. There's something wrong with my head and just the way I was born. I shouldn't have been. There's just something wrong about me. There's people who say they're my friend, they care about me, that so many people miss me and care about me, but they put the slightest effort into just talking to me or just hanging out, trying to be a friend. Like, in reality, no. They don't have to. There's something wrong about me. It's not my place to judge society or other people saying just, oh, there's something wrong with you. There's something wrong with me. And I can't change it. And people who can say, well, why don't you just change it? That's unproductive. Because I don't know what it is. I'm autistic a bit. And that has played a large part in my development. And the development only carries on. When you're an autistic child and you have trouble making friends, and you're just walking around the playground being a silent loner and being a weird little kid that, and you get in trouble every now and then, but no one even really understood. And, part of your family never helped you. My dad never accepted it, and he never got me help, never took me to my therapist, and I was okay with that at the time. But as an adult looking back, my dad by doing that has done so much damage by proxy. I never got the help, the full help that I needed. I got some help and it did wonders, but I should have gotten help earlier, just as soon as I was a child. And maybe I would have developed differently. Maybe I wouldn't have been so awkward, so mean, so, so cringy and edgy and all that stuff. And one of the biggest influences on me is the internet. I feel I have wasted, my social life on the internet. And I can't change that now. Those are things that you're supposed to fix when you're developing. Now it's just all I know. I can't date. I can't, talk to people in reality. And there's bad stuff on the internet. A lot of bad stuff. Stuff that as a kid, when you see, it's just funny. A lot of it's just funny. And it is funny. It's hilarious to me. I laugh so hard at it. But at its root core, it's wrong. And I know it is. But it's not going to change me. And, nothing like terrible, nothing illegal like that. If you're thinking that, no. I mean, just stuff that, you would never say in real life. The internet just allows you to lose your filter, that humans are supposed to have naturally and socially. And through high school and middle school, that plays such a big part socially. And in reality, that's what matters, is real life. You can have as much fun on the internet as you want, but you're not on there forever, and it's not your life. So as soon as you get off that screen and you try to interact with other people, you don't know how, and you're being wrong. You're saying the wrong things. You make other people upset, and you can't make lasting good relationships. And that makes you just look at yourself and when you grow up and you're finally ready to change yourself, and you say, I'm not having an effect. Everything I'm trying isn't working. Am I just, do people just not want to be around me? Am I just naturally annoying? Am I naturally uncomfortable to be with? Am I ugly? Probably. I know the fuck I am. Some people say no, but my family says, Jonathan, you're so handsome. Of course they are. Of course they're going to say that. They're my family. And, friends will say that too, but, I remember one friend, he took a picture of me, sent it to a girl, and she said, ew, he's literally ugly. And she was just right. That sealed it for me, and I never let that go. And so, I am ugly. I'm a weird combination from short, I'm skinny, my arms and legs, they're skinny as can be, but my torso, it's just out of shape. It's fat. It's got fat. It's flabby. Just whatever. And I wish I was just normal. Instead of everything, I wish I was normal. Not super. Nothing like Greek gods. 6'4", built. Handsome, everything like that. Just normal. That's good enough. But it's not okay to be special. It's not okay just to be, an individual by yourself. It's not. You really want to fit in with, the crowd, the collective, the people. That's all I want to do. I can't do that. High school is, one of the worst things for people growing up. Because there's just something wrong with the system. And so, you make those temporary friends there in high school, and then as soon as you're gone and you're thrown into the real world, you're just gone and there's nothing there. You don't know anyone long enough to make friends. I'm too socially awkward to hang out with people I want to hang out with, people who want to hang out with me and I try to hang out with. Whenever I have friends, the amount of effort is always disproportional. They'll go out with other friends and they won't ask me to do anything. And I understand why. Because I'm annoying, there's something wrong with me, and I'm not okay. I don't want help. I don't think this is a thing that a therapist can fix. I think this is just a thing that would be fixed if I found the correct cure for what I need. If, I finally found out what it is that is wrong with me, what I need to do, finally to be accepted. Because it's not about, you can't just say, I don't need to be accepted by society. I do need to be accepted by society. So what's society? Society is my friends. It's company, people I love, people I want to love me. And so throughout my recent life, I've been trying to reject myself, change myself. I've shut in a lot. And so I've really mellowed out. That's a good thing. One of the things I say I've accomplished is that I'm mellowed out. from being, an edgy, cringy, just annoying kid that I was in high school. But now I'm extremely antisocial. Now I'm not outgoing anymore. I used to be outgoing in high school. Even if I was annoying, I was outgoing, and I was extravagant. I was extrovert. I had fun, but I can't and I don't do that anymore. It's not the same. I'm not prepared for the real world. I'm not prepared for real dating, real friendships. If you were to put me on a maturity scale, I would probably be 14 or 15. A kid just starting there. But because I'm 19, that also changes, how it works. Because, there's not a lot of people who have the same inexperience that I do. And, it shows. And people don't like that. People don't like people who aren't with the times, who aren't as active as them, who aren't as active in dating, drugs, athletics, the whatever. I'm behind everyone, and I know that. Even my dad told me, Jonathan, when at your age, you are around the same developmental level that I was when I was 14, me being still 18 or 19. Purpose in life. There's no purpose in life. I just want to... Everything in here is just one wild, extravagant, cosmic anomaly. It just happened because it happened. There's no reason for it. It didn't happen because God said it should happen. It just happened. And everything leading up to the earth being created and me coming about, it's just random chance. And so, since I have, this short time here, I don't care about my scientific beliefs, my atheist beliefs. I don't care about any of that. I just want to. I want to live a moderate, normal life. I wanted to live a normal life, a good life. I wanted to go to college. I want to get a nice job. I want to have a family. I want to have a nice family with kids. I want to own my own house with my own cars. I have a swimming pool. I would be happy. But I feel like that's not for me. I feel like that's not how it's going to happen. There's something inherently wrong with me that wasn't built for this system. Like, this system was built for normally functioning people to succeed. I'm not a normal functioning person. I have Asperger's, which is a mild and high functioning form of autism. Growing up, developmentally, it was very difficult. I was apparently always a bright kid. I don't know. I would never call myself smart. Above average, maybe. If I want to gloat, above average, but I'm not smart. Not one of those hyper intelligent people. I'm just normal in terms of intelligence, but in terms of how to behave, how to have fun, I don't know how to have fun. Maybe that's why people don't want me. I can't have fun. I don't know how. What do you do? You want to just hang out? I want to hang out. I want to go to the park. Oh God, I'm a fucking pisshead. That's another thing. I hate myself just to an unbearable amount. And I try to never show it. It's a thing that I hold in a ton. And I'll make self-deprecating jokes all the time. The jokes, I wish I wasn't so edgy as a kid. It can drive people away. I understand that now, and I accept it now. But it wasn't a thing easy to accept at the time. I care about everyone. I really do care about just about everyone I meet. I like to anyone who stands to have a 1-second conversation with me. I see the good in them, and I care for them. And I want to help them through anything they need. But that's not reciprocated, and I know it. And I'm okay with that, because I still care about them. To just such a high amount. all human life is unimaginably valuable. Just how much I love even, these downtrodden people. Just people who just, they've done, even if they've just done terrible things with their lives, they just ruined it. They started to do drugs their whole life and they got into crime. They got into jail and now their lives are ruined. But they just spend that 1 second to just say hi to me, I would just love them. But not my life. There's something just inherently unvaluable about my life. I've spent my whole life wasted doing nothing. I've got no friends. I've never had a girlfriend, not a real one. I've had a couple things with girls, I've gotten close to actual relationships, but in the end, nothing serious. Nothing meaningful. Nothing worth having. And to a degree, just about all of them were damaging. Because now it leaves me with this extreme need to feel wanted by someone else. Because it's a really good feeling when you're wanted by someone else, but it's just not there. And sometimes you're just okay, because you're just going about your day. You get your tea in the morning, you're going to school. You come back, you're with your dog, and you're playing on the PC, and you're playing some video games. And you're okay. You're okay the whole day. Nothing's bothering you. And then the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day. And then you have work, and, you're talking at school, you're talking to the people you like. And it's fun. But no one keeps up. Because no one cares. Because you haven't made them care. I don't know how to make them care. I'm always available. But that's how I know I'm not cared for, because I'm always available. And I never blame people. There's something wrong with me. Because I never want to blame people. It's not people that need to change. There's something wrong with me. Moving to, suicidal thoughts. Everyone has them. Every normal person has depression. Every now and then just thinks, oh man, I just want to fucking kill myself right now. And then there's people who are serious about it. I've never been too serious about it. When I was younger, I was way more serious about it. And sometimes it just seeps back every now and then. Once you've accepted it, once it's actually grabbed a hold of you once, it can come back every now and then just like that and be there. Oh, this better fucking be. But once it has a hold of you that one time, and you get rid of it and it's gone, it's there. Your mind has accepted it. You've reached a new level of thought, of thinking, and you're in that mindset from then to your whole life till the day you die. And you won't think about it constantly, but it comes in every now and then. It's there, it's gone, it's there, it's gone. It's weak, it's strong. It's weak, it's strong. And you can really dwell on it. And you can dwell on it healthily. Sometimes it can help you realize that there's still people who love and care about you. And other times, it just helps you realize that you're not wanted in life. That, your family will always love you, but what's family? Family will always love you, so it's a terrible thing to say, but family's a given. Unless of course, you have a terrible family. Which I've met people who do. There's people funny enough, there's someone who vehemently argues that I've saved their life. I've had a relatively good upbringing. I've been safe my whole life. I've had good opportunities. But I'm not satisfied with that. This person had a terrible upbringing. So many terrible things have happened to them in their life. And, I would just talk to them. Not often, just every now and then, sporadic texts, trying to give them comfort, trying to convince them that I care, because I care. And it worked for that person. And I'm grateful. Because that person's doing so much better now. They still have hard times. Their depression and suicide comes every now and then. But they're doing better. And, I'm so convinced, over text, like the effort I put in, I cared. I did care, but honestly, the amount of effort that they put into themselves is what saved them. But me, what's there to put effort into? My life's normal. I go to school. There's nothing bad happening in my life, really. In fact, there's a lot going for me right now. I'm in choir. It's a thing I love to do. I love to sing. I love to sing in a choir, not just by myself. I love being in this collective group that creates this harmonious musical melody that is just beautiful to the ears. And it's a creation of music that stays within time and history, that enriches the culture of our country and society. We're going to Prague this summer. We're going to be singing to Europeans. That's not even the highlight of my career. I've gone to Carnegie Hall. That was my proudest moment. I brought a gold ornament that I kind of have certified in my room, and the certificate I still have that hung up somewhere. It's in my mom's house. I got kicked out of my mom's house basically. Not really, but my sister moved in, babies took my room, so I don't live there right now. God, this helps. This makes me feel good. I don't know if I'll show this to anyone. I might show this to a couple people. I might not. Maybe I don't want people to know how I actually am and how I actually feel. Because I don't show people how I feel and how I actually am. Why should I? I remember opening up to one person before. Just like this. Showing them my actual thoughts. How I actually am. And they rejected me. They shut me out. I was a bad influence on them. Fair enough. And I felt ashamed of that. We were friends on Snapchat. And we were good friends. And we were talking back and forth. And eventually, I just let it out. How I felt. And then they just ghosted me. Just stopped talking to me. And then eventually I just wrote back and said, hey, what's going on? And they just said, I'm just ghosting you because I wanted to cut out negative influence in my life, and I didn't realize I can make people feel that way if I'm honest with them. So just shut it in. And so you shut it in more and more, and that's an okay thing to do. It's shut it in, let it in, keep it in, don't show it, and that's an okay thing to do. But the problem with that is that it can take something unrelated. Today, my dogs chewed up my $150 headphones. And that just made me super angry. It ruined my day. I was having a good day. It just made me super angry. I was upset. I didn't know how to control myself. And I calmed down eventually. But it took a lot out of me. And so my defenses were down. My guard was down now. My energy was gone. And so finally, all this repressed things, they can come out and really manifest themselves. I don't think I'll commit suicide for a while. Do I need help? Maybe. I don't want a therapist. My mom offered to get me another therapist, but I refused to see one. I still refuse to see one. I had a I had a wonderful therapist growing up. Her name was Michelle, and she had a dog named Ilani. And she was a wonderful therapist. I repressed so much of my life that everything is a blur to me. I've forgotten stuff. It's in a blur. But I can remember general stuff. And one of the general things I remember is that she was good. And she did a lot of good for me. But I think it wouldn't be the same if I went back. I don't really want to try. I had another therapist after because she moved away. And my mom got me a new therapist. And it was a guy, and he just was awful. I couldn't relate to him. I can only relate to women, really. Like, I have fun with guys, but, like, I can only really open up to girls. I give that to my sister, because my sister has just been a wonderful person in my life. There's more. I could go on for hours. Thinking about it. I didn't think I could actually do this. I was thinking about doing it when I was at work. I just thought, maybe I should just record it because I need something to listen. I need someone to listen to, someone to talk to. And this recording, I was like, what if I just recorded on my phone in my car? And then as you saw in the opening, when I tried it, I was really skeptical. And I just gave it a shot and I did it. But there's more. I don't need to talk about it, but at this point I've talked enough to the point where I'm getting okay now. Sometimes when you're really depressed and you think those suicidal thoughts, you run scenarios in you. You don't just think, I want to kill myself. You think about how you're going to kill yourself. You think about how other people are going to feel about it. You think about how people are going to react. And that's not what made me start crying at work. What happened was, I didn't think about killing myself. I thought about going to my dad and just telling him, Dad, I'm depressed and I have suicidal thoughts. And I've had them since I was 16 or younger. On and off. And tonight it was really bad. And I can't give you a definite reason why. Maybe I need help. But I don't want help because that's a bad thing to have in your life. If you ever went to a therapist or doctor, if it was known that you were depressed and had suicidal thoughts, it makes you very difficult. It can create a lot of difficulty in your life because companies don't want that. No one wants to hire someone who has depression or could commit suicide later on. And, no one wants a friend. And being around depressed people isn't fun. It's not great to be around. This ruins friendships and relationships. And I'm realizing that now. That, when you open up about depression to people, even if they say they care and they want to help, they don't. It drives them away. In the end, it's that no one cares. And when you tell them that, they get upset. I'm just like, you asked me how I felt. Then you get upset about it? And if you do care, just because you're listening, you think you're caring? No. Caring isn't just listening and talking. It's putting effort. It's trying. I get that taking effort takes effort. It's hard. And it's exhausting because now that I'm introverted, it takes a lot out of me to deal with people, to talk to people. Like, I could have a lot of energy waking up, I could be fine, I go to school, and then I talk to people, and I have fun, I'll hang out with friends, we talk, and then I get home, and then I just crash on the bed, because it was exhausting. And then another day when I'm feeling the same way waking up, I'll go to school and I just don't interact with people. And I go home and I'm perfectly fine and energized. I'm actually a very high endurance person. I used to love extreme bike rides. Not extreme as in, the activity, but extreme duration. Like, I would go on for like 4 hours. And it used to be just to get out of the house because I hated being in the house. Because there was just so much contention, so much negative energy I wanted to get away from. But now it's, I just like bike riding now and I want to go do it. Anyways, my endurance. I used to bike for hours in the summer, 100 degrees